Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. Have you ever found yourself in the wrong mech for a particular drop? Let me know your experiences in the comments section below. It happens to me often, and I find myself in that situation for both drops coming your way today. For these two drops, we are in our Roughneck. It is the Roughneck Hero mech, also known as the Bolt, and we have it outfitted with 4 AC2s, top speed of 64.8 kph, and with this build I would be much more comfortable in a second line long distance shooting position. I would have preferred a more open map with better shooting lanes, but we get Solaris City instead. So let's settle into this, play the hand that we're dealt, and see what we can get done. Now we've quickly found some enemy targets across the center from us. There was the Marauder earlier, and now there's this Atlas, and the Atlas is an LRM abomination. He needs to just go away. That's just so wrong on so many levels. And that's when a second Atlas shows up, and that's a Kraken. So we know the enemy has at least 2 Atlases and a Marauder over there, but I want to get a slightly different angle on the enemy, and that's because I'm starting to get crowded on my area of the board. So I'm circling around, seeing if I can get some cheeky shots in at range up the 5 line. Let's see how this plays out. I could also very easily get swatted, killed, squished like a bug on a windshield. And this is the exact moment that I contemplate a team kill. I don't know what the Osiris is thinking. He really blew my cover. I could have walked up behind them and at least started getting my shots out, but the Osiris rushed in, opened up with machine guns instead of coordinating his shots with my shots. The jig is up, as they say, and the enemy knows that I'm there. I drop my UAV, back off, let me see what their response is. I know something broke to the right. Up, yep, there it is. He's starting to come back around, and it's a Warhammer with dual AC-20. How interesting. How interesting now that his left torso is open. Let me see if I can sneak in here and capitalize on that. Looks like he is pulling back. Yep, we're not going to get any follow-up shots. And that's when we see our friend, the Atlas, the LRM abomination that he is. Let's get some shots in on him. I also have to be aware the Kraken is down below as well. And I think he's looking my way. Yes, he is. Here he comes. So let's see if we can do some work with our AC2s. And that is not a Kraken. That is a K3. And he's open both side torsos. I'm going to focus the right side first, get the big gun off. Then I'm going to switch over to the left side. Yes, all weapon systems are down. And down goes the Atlas. There's our friend the Warhammer from before. Somebody has taken that open right torso, but I have bigger fish to fry in the form of that Atlas DDC with the LRMs. We're going to get some damage out on him. He is not paying attention, and now he finally moves on. We're going to push in because it appears that the enemy is very, very confused and disorganized, and into that confusion I jump, focusing the Warhammer in all earnest and taking him out of the game. When the LRM Atlas backs into our gun sights, we're going to get some damage on him, and a teammate picks up the kill on the LRM Atlas. Now, it looks like the enemy is starting to NASCAR a little bit into Delta 5. I'm going to push forward and see if I can get some more shots on target from a slightly different angle. And moving forward, we find, yes, it is the Atlas Kraken from before. And he is starting to push in my way. We're going to get some shots on him. Ooh, he's got support. This could get spicy. Right torso is open, and we managed to punch through that right torso. Down he goes. He must have still been running an XL engine. And guys, that's the danger of Inner Sphere XLs. If you lose a side torso, mech is done. Now I've got to deal with his friendly support units, and that is the form of an urban mech. I'm not sure what's off to my left, but I'm getting heavily focused now, and it's a Marauder, and I think there's something else even to boot. Down I go. Yes, killed by death. Well, this is an interesting match, to say the least. We're going to follow up with the rest of my teammates and see if they can bring home the victory. Now, a very important note here is there's a little urban mech on the left. He just passed out of camera view, and that is one of my subscribers, D. James, who happened to be dropping in the same match with me. That little factoid is going to become very, very important here really, really soon. The score is 10-7, but as you can see, most of my teammates are heavily damaged and beat up, and they're looking to make contact with the enemy remaining 2 units, and now they found him. There is a Marauder Lima, and they're trying to push in and do some damage on him, and that's when the Marauder's brother shows up. So there's 2 enemy Marauders left on the board, and they are making a fight out of this. They managed to rack up another kill, another 2 kills, another 3 kills. Suddenly, 10-7 has turned into 10-10, and now it is a duel to the death. The Marauder takes out our Annihilator, and now it is up to D. James, the little Irby versus the damaged Marauder. Marauder's open CT, which is good to see. Let's see how D. James plays this one out. This had turned into an absolute nail-biter one-on-one. The good news is D. James is piloting an R80, which has ECM, which should help him out. Now, he said earlier how he always wanted to be in a video, so this is his chance to shine in the spotlight. Let's hope he doesn't fumble the ball. It looks like he's going to get a sneaky attack in on the Marauder, but when he rounds the corner, the Marauder was waiting. Good news is his first shot takes off the right arm. There goes some of the Marauder's firepower, and again, he still has that open CT, open left torso, open left arm. Let's see if we can do some more sneaky maneuvers. Coming back around, there is the Marauder again. Nice shot, center torso, did a bit of damage, some more damage as well. He is definitely under pressure in that Marauder. Come on, D. James, because he's got damage of his own. He's open CT, right torso as well. He just needs to get one more good burst, and there it is. That's the kill shot, bringing home the victory for our team. So switching over to our end screen, we wind this one with 3 kills, 7 components destroyed, 825 damage done, and a fabulous performance by D. James. Moving on to our next drop. This one's kind of playing skirmish again, but this time on Grim Plexus. And I have gotten my wish. I have a nice open map with plenty of great firing lanes. The only problem is my team is choosing not to take advantage of any of that fact. So I could very well find myself with the wrong mech for the wrong set of tactics. The enemy has already been spotted in Hotel 6. They're going to push the hotel line. When this happens, the best places to be is a firing line at Gulf 8 or a firing line towards Fox 7. Those are the 2 key spots. Instead, my team is on their back foot in Fox 8. That is the worst possible position on this map because the enemy can move into Fox 7 or Gulf 8 pretty much unopposed, whereas if we were on the high ground at either Fox 7 or Gulf 8, we could have shot into the hotel line and at least put their advance under lots of pressure and under fire that entire trip. So coming around the right-hand side, I have rejoined my team because if you're the only unit in Gulf 8 and you're the only unit shooting the enemy, you will get focused by the entire enemy team because there is no shot diversity for them. And that point is further emphasized by the enemy Osiris. He pushed in all by himself. Yes, he got a UAV up that let his teammates know where we were at. Here's a newsflash, guys. They probably knew exactly where we were at, just like we had a pretty good idea where they were going to come from. And since the Osiris was the only one on that side of the board, the rest of my team quickly focused him down and took him out. Now becomes the problem. My team is set up and we're going to NASCAR around this center section, and the enemy is already up into position, unopposed, with only the loss of their sacrificial Osiris. I'm not sure at this point where the enemy tail end Charlie is, but I want to use the fact that I can do vertical peeking quite successfully because of my high weapon mounts to get eyes back onto the enemy, like right here. There they are. They have really aggressively pushed in towards Fox 8 on the high ground. So again, I'm going to use this terrain for as much cover as possible, just getting my gun barrels up over the top of the terrain and trying to land as many shots on the enemy formation as possible. So I am coming at them from a slightly different angle again because they're looking down into Fox 7, into the bigger concentration of my teammates. So let's see what kind of work we can get done. There's definitely lots of targets up here to choose from. I just have to be careful because they are weaving in and out of the buildings, and I've got to lead my shots here a little bit, but I want to see how much work I can get done, and that's when a friendly unit pushes in. Little back damage there. Little back damage, that's okay. He walked in front of my shots. The enemy is quickly NASCARing very hard into Fox 7 now, and I am going to move forward and reposition yet again. There looks to be somebody left behind up on this high ground at the back of Fox 7. My teammates are starting to swarm him. Yep, there he is. Bravo, the Orion, and he has gotten himself into a bad position. I don't think he's going to get much support from his teammates up in that area, and he's quickly focused and taken out by my teammates. And there's a teammate doing the tactical shutdown, blocking me. And this is where the enemy is coming at. Man, they are being aggressive with how fast they are moving. Their skirmishers are already coming up out of the high ground along the Gulf 7 line and wrapping around to engage our advance on that back side. This is going to get sticky real fast, and this is definitely not the ideal conditions for my mech and this loadout, but again, we're going to play the hand that we're dealt as best we can. Ideal battlefield conditions for this mech in this configuration is going to be second line, leverage the range, leverage the fast cycle times of my AC2s doing damage further out, not getting myself focused, and hopefully a little slower paced game style to allow me to do that bit of damage over and over and over and over again. The alpha is only 8 points of damage, and we need the time to rack that damage up over time. Now, there's two quick draws trying to push up through this center point, and we know how tanky those boys can be. This ought to get interesting. And if you're liking the content and enjoying it thus far, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons so that you don't miss out on any future content like this. First of the quick draws is down. We're left with Echo, the second one. Echo, Echo, Echo. Open CT. If we can get those MRMs offline, that will cut his firepower down. But now I'm getting focus from on high. This is not going to end well. And on top of that, I am burning through my AC2 ammo at an alarming rate. Right torso is open. Here's two enemy units. I'm pushing in because the score is 4-7, and I'm at the bottom of the ammo bins. Let's see if we can get any kind of damage done. Nope, we're taken out before we get the last couple of rounds out, but it was still good. If you're almost empty with your AC2 ammos, it should be a pretty good game. Let's see how my teammates fare on this one, but it's not looking good since it's a single urban mech against 7 of the enemy team. They're going to hunt him down, focus fire him, and take him out of the game. Switching over to our end screen on this one, we wind up with no kills, big surprise, 810 damage done, absorbing 552 damage taken.